And a good Thursday, everybody. Welcome in, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. We are live at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. A capacity crowd on hand. They are all here to see us, and we are so thankful for that. There's not a convention or anything. They're here to see us, and
now
we
they're
love
looking
that.
at us.
They're like,
no.
"Are you guys talking about us?" Yeah, we are.
They can hear us over there.
Yeah, they can.
Hey, how are you?
Give us a big hoot and holler. You're in Nashville. Come on, there you go. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
But we're excited to be here at the Omni Nashville Hotel, as always on Thursday. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier. Back at the studio. Jojo, what is up, my friend?
I will tell you this. There are a few things in life that I get completely obsessed over, and I cannot get enough of it, sadly. This Savannah Guthrie kidnapping thing.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching it. I can't, I'm refreshing, what's the latest? I am totally in to see what's happening here.
What is the latest? I haven't looked today.
They're still looking for her mom. And
I pray they find her.
Some surveillance video. I offer no new explanation. I just read this and see it, and it's captivated the entire nation.
It has, and obviously thoughts and prayers and everything with the family, and hopefully there's resolution sooner rather than later on that. But we are live at Omni today. We're gonna talk some positivity. Michael Oher, our good friend, is going to join us. Former Ole Miss Rebel, former Titan, former Raven, Super Bowl champion as well. We will talk to him at the bottom of the hour. Always enjoy when he comes on the show. And then Olympic hockey is underway for the men. The women have been going, but we'll talk to Greg Wyshynski at 2 o'clock. Canada leads, is it Chechnya?
I don't know.
5-0. They're beating the team 5-0.
Czechia.
And Czech. What is it?
Czechia.
Huh?
Is it? Did that used to be the Czech Republic?
I believe so.
Okay, thank you.
Czechia?
Czechia.
Isn't that like a new rap album? Like Czechia?
No, it's a country.
Czechia. Okay, yeah. It's
and USA will play today at 2:10. So we will keep you updated on all of that as I get my food, and I'm very excited about
it. What all did you get, man? What's that there? You got the Caesar salad.
Got the Caesar salad and cauliflower bites.
Cauliflower.
I saw you eat a salad, and I was like, all right, I'll be healthy.
It's a Caesar salad. It's just, it's like and I got a Diet Coke, which offsets the.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we're going to eat the Caesar salad and the cauliflower. I'd like 6 Cokes, please. So that makes up for it.
That's been that way my entire life to do that. So I don't know. I haven't gotten into the Olympics yet. I guess I will at some point, but it takes a little bit. Get me wound up.
Yeah. Well, I think today for me, with the men's hockey, and I've been watching some of the women's hockey too, but the men's hockey is going to get now I'm ready because Olympic hockey, first time in 8 years, I guess, that the last 2 Olympics they've missed, so longer than that. The NHL players are in it, so it's going to be fun.
Who does USA play today?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I forgot. Who is it, Dr. Crane?
I missed that last part. Go ahead.
Who is USA playing?
Believe it is Latvia, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
We got this.
Yes, Latvia.
So, look, I think this comes down to U.S. and Canada. You remember the Vancouver Olympics that we saw many, many years ago where Shea Weber took on Ryan Suter. Weber won the gold medal. It was just awesome. So, I think Olympic hockey is definitely at its best.
Can you name a famous Latvian?
No. I don't think I can.
There's one world-renowned ballet dancer, Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Oh, okay.
It's got a picture of Schwarzenegger up here. I don't know. I think he was Austrian, right? I don't know what they put a picture of him up there for.
Yeah, he's Austrian.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know if these names are Preds prospects or famous Latvians. I don't know. Martins Dukors. He's a skeleton racer and Olympic medalist. I have no idea what that means, but
he's not a skeleton.
What's a skeleton? Dr. Crane, you're the Olympic guy. You know all this stuff.
Yeah, the skeleton, though, I'm not too sure of that one sport. That's one sport I'm not familiar with.
It's not sure of you either.
Yeah, all I know is the body of a skeleton. That's about it.
Yeah, okay. Is that like a luge person? Skeleton? Is that part of that whole world, which I won't be partaking in?
Yeah, it's like you're on your stomach and you're like boogie boarding, but on ice.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Is that a good way to put it?
Sure.
Yeah, I would say so.
So luge is on your back, and then skeleton's on your tummy.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like that would hurt.
I wouldn't mind
But I
going.
also am feeling like this show outside of Dr. Crane doesn't have a high tolerance for pain. So
I got to see where I'm going, right? I can't lay back and just hope that my feet point. I got to see where I'm going. I got to go. So I would do the skeleton. It'd be like going down the aqua track at the old Hermitage Landing, just straight down. I could do that, but the other stuff I couldn't do. There's not an Olympic sport I could place in the top million out there. It's not a sport. There's not a one of them.
that's fair.
Do you know how to ski?
No.
I'm not. Dr. Crane.
How do you think I do on skis? Let's just be honest.
Not good.
I'd bust my what.
Yeah. Dr. Crane, you know how to ski?
I don't, but I'm going to equate this to being on the shoreline of the beach of boogie boarding. It's almost similar to snowboarding.
There's no way.
I'm just going to put that out there. I think that is a very similar context of this subject.
Boogie board. Okay. But look, you saw what happened to Lindsey Vonn. That would be me times 10.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how to ski. I will not go in a ski. I can't. There's no way I could do that. There's no way I could do any of these things. But I would like to see our bobsled team. Me, you, Dr. Crane, and the afternoon producer, David James. That'd be something fun to do.
We'd do some damage.
In the
We would
worst
do
way
some
possible. We couldn't do anything correct, man.
Joe, what is our question of the day?
So I'm hooked on this TV show called Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm. Hooked on it. It is one season. It's on Apple TV. It's fantastic. So when I watch these
John
shows,
Hamm's in Landman too.
he is in Landman.
Yeah.
So when I watch these TV shows, I have to get on the old phone and go to IMDb and like, oh, what was this guy in? What was that guy in? And I got to a kind of a deep dive rabbit hole and ended up on the movie Jaws. And I'm thinking,
Great movie.
that was the first movie I ever saw in a theater. What's the first movie you can remember seeing in a theater? The very first movie you can remember seeing in a theater. Jaws. My mother took me to see Jaws. I firmly remember that movie. That's 75 or 7, whatever it was, 76. That's the first movie I remember seeing. You?
First movie that I remember seeing. Oh, man. I don't know. I got to think about that for a second.
Think about it. The very first movie.
I don't know. But see, here's the thing that I remember seeing. I don't know if it was the first movie I saw.
Oh, what's the first one you could remember?
You're going to laugh. Heart and Soul with Robert Downey Jr.
Why do I laugh at that?
I don't know. I mean, I remember watching that as a kid, but I don't know if that was the first one that I saw.
We'll go with first one. Dr. Crane, your role. Which one? Rogue, Star Wars, or one of those movies?
Rochelle was the first movie. No, I'm just joking.
Rochelle.
No, I think it was Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell, if I'm remembering correctly. That was
Really?
the last movie I remember as a kid going to see that. But every time I go to the movie theater, I always fall asleep, so I don't go to the theaters anymore.
What's the last movie you saw in the theater?
This is why you are a 75-year-old in a 26-year-old's body.
Exactly. Yeah. No, the last movie I saw was
I go to the movies to nap.
Star Wars. I forget which one. It was like 2017, 2018, around that time frame.
I don't know which one that was.
I don't know. I just
Ricky
remember
and
there
I-
was like a white scene of they're in the desert or something, and there's a massive blood shed everywhere. That's all I remember.
Sure that wasn't Saving Private Ryan?
I believe it was Star Wars.
All right. Naked Gun. I saw that at our good friends at the Roxy Theater in Dixon back in July. Before that, it had been years to see a movie. I can't remember one.
I went and saw Is This Thing On with Will Arnett and Laura Dern.
In the theater.
Yep.
Is that
Great, good movie.
still out?
I think it may be on streaming now, but it was very good.
What's it about?
It's basically about a couple that, they got 2 kids. They're older. They're drifting apart. They go kind of do their own thing for a little bit, and then ultimately realize that they still want to be together. But there's I don't want to give the whole thing away, but
I'm not telling. Give the whole thing away. What?
he you'll like this part. Will Arnett starts going to open mic nights and doing stand-up comedy as his therapy to deal with.
Okay, that's good.
The
I like-
split.
you got me.
And he realizes that it's a good way to express his emotions. and Laura Dern goes on a date with Peyton Manning, who is playing this character, and they go to the club and they see her, ex-husband doing the stand-up, and like it makes her want him again, essentially.
Okay.
So it kind of helps repair
so,
their marriage, and
So Peyton couldn't satisfy a woman.
I guess,
Is that what we're getting here? All right. Yeah.
I guess.
Knew there was a kink in his armor somewhere, and it wasn't the Florida Gators.
There wasn't. No, that's the problem. There wasn't a kink.
Yeah, right. Something else can take Peyton down besides the Gators. That's good to know. Is this thing on? All right.
Yep. I liked it. I don't know if others have seen it and what they thought, but I thought it was a good movie.
I always thought that they should. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com.
I think with the new sound system and everything, they should release these old movies back in the theater. Can you imagine going to see
cool.
Jaws and all that Dolby surround sound? When that all that, I mean, you would be like, what in the world, even though you know what's going to happen. But seeing it and feeling it inside a theater would be fan. I always bring back, I would like to see The Godfather.
Yeah.
The original Godfather in a theater. That would have been, to me, would have been just fantastic instead of seeing it on my TV.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think they can make a fortune doing that.
I'm good.
Bring back Top Gun. Let
Yeah.
the original Top Gun in a theater and let that go.
Yeah. So the question of the day is the first movie you remember seeing.
Yeah. You probably not. I mean, just it might not be vivid. It might be like, I think this. You think so? Well, we'll take that. Mine goes back to Jaws. I don't remember anything before Jaws.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We got a ton coming in on the text line, both the personal text line and our regular text line at 615-737-1025. We'll get to those. Coming up next, live from Bar Lines at Omni Nashville Hotel, it's Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Indiana Jones, one of the best themes of all time,
Is it not, man?
composed by John Williams. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. One of my all-time favorite, we always go back to the Simpsons. Simpsons bits is when Bart is sneaking into Homer's room to steal his like piggy bank essentially, and Homer comes in his underwear and is like screaming at him, and Bart's running down the stairs, and Homer's like the boulder.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's a great scene. God, that's such a good movie, man. That's such a good movie. That movie came out in 1981.
And we always like this fact: who was originally supposed to be Indiana Jones?
Yeah, Tom Selleck, man.
Yep. I think it worked out for both.
Oh, I think it worked out just fine.
Yeah, Magnum
both
PI was good, and obviously Indiana Jones
Good.
with Harrison Ford.
Good. Great.
Great, yes. Speaking of the Luge, it's on right now, so we're watching the
nice.
Luge. Yeah.
There our butt. Scott Hamilton was listening to us. Said, hey, put the luge on for my guys back in Nashville down at Omni Nashville Hotel.
Alan from Little Rock said the late former Predator Carlos Scrastons, who died in that plane crash, was from Latvia.
Ah, okay. Did not know that.
So Richard from Murfreesboro said you guys could learn to ski on the bunny trail and do it without the poles.
No, we're not doing. I'm not doing that. Did he get made fun of?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to put skis on.
I don't either. Like, here's the thing.
And you're big.
At this point in my life, 38 years old, I'm not going to learn how to ski. I don't want to break my ankles. I don't want to get hurt.
Right.
I know that's going to happen. And so therefore, that has passed me by. And that is one skill I'm never going to learn.
I actually now want to see you ski
It will not happen.
with your big the big boats you got for feet. What is that? Size 18?
They are boats, yes.
See you do that.
Our question of the day is, what is the first movie you remember seeing? 0749, The Black Hole from 1979.
Black hole.
I think I vaguely remember that.
Black hole.
9797, Destroy All Monsters from 1968.
I don't remember that. I got to look at the black hole, man. Because when I think about that, I think about the Oakland Coliseum.
Keith says The Fox and the Hound, the Disney movie.
Oh,
That was a good one. 3337 says Jurassic Park and asks, did Dr. Crane bring his own popcorn and snacks?
I did sneak a few burgers every once in a while into the theater, but
A burger?
yeah, you guys never did that?
Yeah.
I would say sneak it in the back pocket or, jacket.
4859, the original Space Jam.
so the black hole was Disney's first ever PG rated film in 1979 about the crew of a spaceship Palomino discovers a lost ship near a black hole commanded by a mad scientist and his robot who plan to take over the universe.
Okay.
All right. First see, I learned something. First PG movie.
2104, Back to the Future, and during the ice storm, every pine tree I saw down, I yelled, "My pines!"
Oh, that's good.
Mike said, if drive-ins count, yes, they do.
Yes.
I saw Your Cheating Heart with George Hamilton as Hank Williams. I was 5 years old and remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah. We should bring back, if I won Powerball, I'd bring back a drive-through.
There's
I know
still,
there's one in Lebanon,
yeah.
one in Dixon, or I'm sorry, Watertown, one in Dixon, but I'd put one around here, man.
Matt says The Lion King. I'm 36, so the Lion. I remember when the Lion King came, the original, the animated
like
one.
93,
Yeah, something like
94,
that. Most recent movie, wife made me go see the new Sydney Sweeney movie. Visuals were great, storyline sucked, acting sucked, but the visuals were phenomenal.
What that one? That's not the boxing movie, is it? Have him tell us that again.
No, it's the Housemaid.
Housemaid.
Yeah.
Right.
Randy says Jeremiah Johnson, Robert Redford, early mid 70s. I saw Jaws at the old Green Hills Theater. I was 16. I remember the line wrapping all the way around the theater.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson. What a movie.
4667 says Swiss Family Robinson and Lowe's Madison Theater.
That's taking it way back. I remember that theater. That's a long time ago.
Dylan from Elkton, first movie I remember watching in theaters, The Incredibles or Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Both came out in 2004. A little younger than us. That's
Well, I
okay.
forget how old I am.
Thanks. That reminds me. Jeff. Oh, wow. The Wizard of Oz, 1964. That might be mine, actually, because I did watch The Wizard of Oz when I was really little.
In the theater?
No, it was at home.
No, you got to go to the theater.
Oh, okay.
You got to get off your lazy butt and go to the theater.
Okay.
So they re-released that Wizard of Oz, then I guess.
Yeah, probably. It's been re-released a few times because remember they colored it. They actually went through and colored the individual frames.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. The Poseidon Adventure, 1972.
Great movie.
8815. Steve from the Burrow. This is actually a really good movie. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That's right.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Lenny said Creature from the Black Lagoon in the 1960s.
Man, that's going back a little bit.
1693. Bambi in 1953. Is Bambi that old?
I think so.
Wow.
Doesn't Bambi die or the mom dies?
The mom does.
The mom dies.
Yeah. Caleb says first I remember seeing in the theater was Remember the Titans.
It's 2000, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie to remember. How old were you on that, Caleb? 7, 8? I mean, what's
6820 says Springfield is getting a drive-in.
I like it.
I think they're coming back.
A little remote up there doing that. So I guess the minimum age, like I don't remember anything before 5 or 6. I think I was 6 when I saw Jaws in the theater.
Wes in Clarksville said Twister back in 1996 on his birthday.
Nice. Then they remade. Did you watch the remake of Twister?
Yeah, Twisters.
I watched it on the plane come back from Vegas.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Right. A little
With,
overacting.
What's his name? Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Yep. I like it. And they pay homage to the original one, like the Dorothy and all that stuff. 1978 first movie in a theater I can remember. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I still watch it. It's a classic. Yes.
Was that
91?
Yeah, that's right. What's the
I saw that in theater. That could have been my first one in the
what's
theater.
the girl? April?
Yeah, April O'Neil.
April O'Neil.
Brett and Franklin. 1977. The Star Wars. Yep. B-Man. Mine was Gleaming
the Cube?
Gleaming the Cube with Christian Slater, 1991.
That's an old time. That brings you back. That's a great movie, man.
1880. This is a good movie. Millennial here. Air Force One, baby. Get off my plane.
I tell you, every time that movie comes on, I watch every scene.
Me too.
It's such a good movie.
Air Force One, Armageddon, like those two, because those came out around the same time. Like if they're on, I'll stop and I'll watch. Like Armageddon was on the other night, and
What about Deep Impact?
Deep Impact, that was on the other night too, and I watched that. That's a good one. If you go look at the cast on that movie, like
Deep Impact?
Yeah, there's like a crap ton of people.
Maximilian Schell's in that movie, one of the best actors of all time. He dies on the beach with his daughter when the wave comes crashing.
Oh yeah. 4047. Help or Hard Day's Night, whichever was first. Ticket was 35 cents. Mike on Kentucky Lake.
Mike, that's a good one, man.
0956. Pink Cadillac Drive-In is open in Hickman County and does double features.
See, look at this.
He said the Dixon Drive-In's been closed.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah.
So we got Watertown. We got the one in Hickman, one building in Springfield.
Yep.
I like this, man.
Josh says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, was in 1991. I was 5. Okay.
What was the first one?
Just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that came out in like 89.
Okay. All right.
So I would have been 2.
Can you name all 4 turtles?
Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, and Michelangelo.
Awesome.
They weren't like I was all about the turtles.
Now tell me your grandparents' birthday. You know the turtles. Come on, man.
My grandfather, November 26, 1927.
All right.
My grandmother, April 11th, 1929. And then my other grandmother, November 22nd, 1931, I believe.
Okay. So I'm proud of you. You know, most people don't know anything about their family's birthdays and can rattle off all the turtles.
Yeah.
So you were able to do that. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. I was a little nervous being put on the spot like that, but
you did well, man.
I try. Coming up next, we were going to have a chat with our good friend Michael Oher, of course, played for the Titans and the Ravens, and does a lot with the Oher Foundation. They're celebrating Black History Month. with the anniversary of the Oher Foundation. We'll tell you more about that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. I always enjoy talking to our next guest because we usually end up feeling just really good about the good that he does. And that is Michael Oher, of course, a former Titan, former Raven, and obviously known for The Blind Side, played at Ole Miss. Michael joins us now to talk about the 10th anniversary of the Oher Foundation and all the good that he's been doing. Michael, how the heck are you? Good to talk to you again.
Hey, great talking to you guys again, man. It's always fun. It's a pleasure for me, and everything's going great. I always have fun with you guys. So, yeah, it's all season of football, man, and everybody depressed, and I can get back, head towards getting back in shape and getting ready for the next year and enjoying some football. But all is well. All is well. Hope wishing the same for you guys.
Yeah. Can you believe it's been 10 years since you started this journey with the Oher Foundation and all of the great things that you've been doing, the one-on-one mentorship, life skills development, all the events that you have had through that 10 years? It's crazy how time flies.
It is. When you're getting the job done, you're having fun with it. And, man, it's you talk about it all the time, but, man, time isn't waiting on us. Time isn't waiting on anybody. That's why I always try to make it important to let people know, don't disrespect time, man, because it goes by so fast. And when you respect it, when you honor it, when you do what you're supposed to do, everything else handles itself. But time is the most important thing. And the ones who respect it and really do what they need to do within time, things happen for you.
You have always been one to give back, and I always ask this question to people like you. Of you could have very easily had your NFL career, taken the money, gone, done your own thing, not worried about it, and been fine. But you wanted to give back. You know your story, and others that have stories similar to yours, and so it was very important for you to give back. So why is that? Why does that continue to be your motivation, Michael, as you help people day in and day out?
Well, I mean, the young kids who are in the situations that I grew up in, I just want them to have a fair shot. And the things that I had to go through, the struggles, and to not have a mentor, to not have anyone to look up to as a kid, to always looking on the outside of wherever I was staying for a mentor or a role model. And I broke that cycle for my kids, and I want those kids to break the cycle so they won't have to look for on the outside. They can look within and get the structure and get the discipline, consistency, and the life skills that they need from within their home. For their kids and for them to break the cycle for the generations coming up behind them, and just giving them an opportunity and not have to, look on the outside for ideas and spark things in their mind so that the young people, man, can have a brighter future. So, for me, it was always a constant battle because I was always questioning myself and doubting myself if I was doing the right thing because I didn't have anything to model myself after as when I started this journey when I was probably about 11, 12 years old. So, that's why I do it because I want to make it easier on someone else mentally. And, I know that makes this world a better place, the environment, and it the statistics and the stats go down as far as the education, the dropping out of school, the violence, everything negative that you can think of, it goes down when you provide a young person with the education tools, with someone that they can talk to, a mentorship program, and different things of that nature. So I'm just trying to do my part, and the platform that I was given and the resources that I was given, it's important to me that, that I continue to reach back out.
We're talking to Michael Oher, Super Bowl champion on the Chasing Big Joe show. And Michael, just seeing the foundation, reading about it in your work, how much of this is gratifying to you and helps you kind of heal yourself because of the journey you had starting out as a kid?
It's very important. I mean, that's great. Healing can, continue to because it's a lot. It's a lot there, especially with me. So, it's very important for me. It's gratifying for me. Gives me gratitude and just to see the young kids to know that you're a very vital and important piece to them being successful. And I was just talking to some parents last night, some of the kids who's in the organization, and they appreciate the opportunity. And it's so many other kids out there. We just got to continue to raise that awareness to make this thing continue to grow and grow legs and get bigger than what it's been the first 10 years because it gives me a sense of I'm doing the right thing. And it's hard, but you see the kids continue to grow year in and year out and getting ready to go to college and different things, and it makes you work even harder and just keeps you going, to be honest.
You know, Michael, you said 3 words which I think are so powerful. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. I mean, stop the part where fathers aren't involved and everything like that. Man, I think those 3 words, what you spoke a minute ago, break the cycle, about what you're doing is beyond powerful, Michael.
Yeah, we did a thing with the NFL alumni last couple weeks ago with fathers. You don't know how meaningful. When I had my first son, I didn't know. I thought that I didn't know anything about being a father. I was like, man, what am I gonna tell this kid, or how am I gonna raise it? I don't know.
Right.
But you have every tool that you need. You just have no idea how much you have inside you to give back to your kids. And so, that just being present does wonders, because you can go ask a question. Obviously, you've been there, or you can see if what your kid's doing wrong, or whatever that may be. Just the presence alone does wonders. So, it's incredible. Don't ever think that you don't have the answers, because you have the answers as a father and a mentor, whatever it is, for a young person.
I love it. Michael Oher's with us. Michael, let's talk a little football now. Why? And you played left tackle at a high level and tackle in the NFL at a high level. Why is it when a tackle has a bad game or two, we always say, wow, we got to put him at guard. We got to put him at guard now. I don't think people realize that's a whole tackle and guard is a whole different world, right?
Two different, man, I used to tease the guards and the centers, man. You guys got it easy in there, man. Just, hey, get off my back. They're just playing around in the room. But, that tackle, man, it's a different mindset. I know we're talking about Will Campbell after the Super Bowl and things like that. The one thing he has a mental toughness. But the thing is, man, I've been watching that closely. And, when I've been hearing a lot of the guys saying, man, he got his ass kicked.
Right.
And nobody gets their ass kicked like an offensive lineman, because you have to be physical. You actually have to kick an offensive lineman's ass, because they're that tough, right? So the thing about it is, it comes down to technique. You got to look at everything on the offensive line. When a tackle gives up a sack, I don't look at. Said this before. I look at the quarterback. I see what the quarterback did wrong. Was he where he needed to be? And I remember playing in the Super Bowl against the Broncos, and the right tackle, we gave up. Sacks was given up. But what people don't understand is everybody has to do their job from the running backs, if they're chipping, if they're supposed to be on the outside shoulder of that pass rusher. If you go inside and you're supposed to be on the outside shoulder of that pass rusher, you're giving an edge to that guy. So, it's different. It's a lot of different things that comes down to a tackle or an offensive lineman that's giving up a sack. And, I like what Vrabel said about, we're keeping them at tackle, and sacks are a team thing. That's an offense thing. It's not a lineman thing if that lineman has the ability. And when that lineman can play free, when everybody else understands where the quarterback should be, if I'm running my routes full speed, if I'm where I need to be, if I'm chipping correctly and not just bouncing off a guy, knocking a guy over here and off the path of the offensive lineman. It's when you break these things down, technique, and make it as a whole, when that wide receiver knows, hey, this is important, and everybody, when that back foot plants on the ground for that quarterback, the ball needs to be gone. That kind of stuff saves you sacks. And the best I've seen do it is Peyton Manning. He was the best at it. He clammed the pockets. He didn't need – I'm going to go on and on about this stuff, but –
keep going, baby.
Leave it at it. It's a team offense thing, and like I said, the best I ever seen do it was Peyton Manning. He could have played with some of these good tackles at BGA or in high school around here, man. So that's how great he did it. When you take it that serious, everybody has to be serious to everybody. So the great ones, they understand that. So it's a team thing, and when everybody gets on that board on the same page right there, it goes a long way for the offense. It makes everybody's job easier.
We're talking to Michael Oher. How fun was the playoff run for you watching your Rebels get to the college football playoff and go on that run? I know they came up a little bit short, but I know you had to enjoy it.
I was getting ready to get my tickets and everything, man. But as I was watching the game, the semi game, I started hearing a little bias, the Hurricanes and all this. I said, oh my God, I don't think we're gonna be going to the national championship game. They want to get the Hurricanes in there, but that's a special thing, man. School that you went to, college football, I love it. And just to see them go on that type of run, that hadn't happened in forever, but I don't think it would have happened this year. And, that's what I love about the college football, the playoffs now, the NIL stuff. I like those parts about it because it kind of even everything back out. I can remember, before I went to college, and I love football. You watched every school around the country. If it was a Big 12, if it was the Big 10 or the Pac-12 or ACC, you watched every team. And as we got closer, when I was in school and afterwards, I only watched the SEC because we had all the talent. Alabama was rolling through things, LSU, so you mainly watched the SEC and you forgot about other players, and you didn't get a chance to watch the other great players around the country. So, now you get the chance to see what other teams have, the dynamic players that are on the West Coast or, all the way, up north. And, that's the greatest thing about college sports now. But, I really enjoyed the playoffs and, all the football. Like I said, it's, once that a couple weeks before the Super Bowl, man, you just start to get down and like, damn, football season's coming to an end. And there's not really a better sport out there.
There's not. Michael, did you I know you won a Super Bowl with John Harbaugh, but are you excited to see what he can do for the Giants in New York? I know you did a lot with him in Baltimore as your coach, but now he's got a new adventure in New York. How do you think he'll do?
He'll do well. He's a leader. He's humble. And he relates to all the players, and he'll have the respect of those guys right away. And one thing he did, man, he put a very, very good staff together. I think got a great offensive line. I think the offensive line coach was a head coach somewhere. He brought some Bill Callahan. Callahan's son, who was with the Titans. He has a great coaching staff he put together on top of a well put together roster as well. Those guys had a good defense. And, the offensive line, they were getting better. Andrew Thomas came back. Quarterback Jackson, he has that fire in him. Scatterbo in the wide receiver. I mean, he has you couldn't have went to a better team with a very, very good roster who competed quite well, I think. And he's going to put the things that he knows. He's a hard-nosed guy. You're going to work hard every day. Every day is a game day, game speed. And I think he'll do very, very well right away and building on some of the competitive games that they had last year. I think that was a very good hire.
That's good. Michael, you ever thought about being a coach? Is that ever kind of like, or you like not being stressed out all the time?
I let a lot of young people down by not coaching earlier because I love technique. I love fundamentals. I love X's and O's. I volunteer coach over at Lipscomb. My son, he started playing fifth grade football last year. He's played sixth grade this year. So I'm going up to I'm doing a decent job. They want me to keep going up. So, but I think it's because I'm volunteering and they don't have to pay me anything. But I think that I think I can get it through the young people. I love teaching the kids, man, and it's a art behind coaching. I think you have to be humble. You have to be a teacher. You have to be cultural, so you can, talk the language of different people. I don't care what age it is. You have to come down and meet those men or kids where they are. And so many of the coaches now, since I was coming up, or you get, football is football and it doesn't change. The people, the coaches who fail are the coaches who try to get arrogant and try to do their own thing, and they get too smart and I'm smarter than you. You keep it simple, physical, in shape, fundamentals, technique, and you can win at any level.
Michael Oher is with us, the Oher Foundation. You can learn more at oherfoundation.org. Michael, always love the talks. We're here anytime we can help push something that you all are doing, but we'll definitely do it again soon.
Excellent. I look forward to it. Give me a call. When training camp gets here, you guys want to talk football, we'll hop on, man, and I love it. Thank
Absolutely.
you guys for having me out, as always.
Thank you, Michael. Michael Oher joining
All right,
us
I'll talk to
here.
you later.
Absolutely. Well, joining us here on the show, the Oher Foundation, all the great work he does, and he loves football too, so it's fun to talk some ball with him.
I was going to ask him if Derek Mason ever yelled at him.
I know. Well, see, I always forget that they played together for a couple of years
They
in
did.
Baltimore. Derek's last 2 years there. And then obviously Michael, and I forget that he played in 2 Super Bowls. He won one with
That's right.
Baltimore and then lost to Peyton with the Panthers.
I wonder where he was when Cam Newton fumbled that ball.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him next time. It'd be fun to get him down here and do an hour with him. So we'll do that. We'll react to that and much more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe live in the Omni, 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at Barlines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Many thanks to Michael Oher for joining us. Michael Oher is the kind of guy you can talk to for about 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And not mention the blind side.
Yep.
I don't care about
Just talk ball.
Yeah.
Talk ball and helping others.
Yep, that's it, man. So there's a lot of Michael Ohers around that have these foundations who do a lot of good back to the community. I tell you all the time, man, all the time. There's more good in this world right now than ever before. You could see the media and hear all the bad, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of good every single day. Michael Oher is part of that.
Yeah. And again, just you go and look at his resume and kind of forget some of the things he did in a short NFL career, but a good NFL career.
2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that you kids out there today and kind of Chase your generation too, you guys got lucky because you got guys like Michael Oher and, you know, a lot of these ex-Titans that coach in high school around here, actually some ex-NFL players. I mean, growing up, if you went to a summer camp in high school, you know, when I was 10, 12, 13, there was no NFL player. You got a coach who he'd sit there and he'd roll the ball out and say, "Hey, I'm going to take a nap. Don't disturb me. I'll see you in about 3 hours." Like, it was camps for – I mean, so now you go to these camps and you get NFL players who who did really good in the league, and they're teaching you everything. It's just – it's good. It's really good.
I remember because I was still in high school, and there may have been others before this, but this is just the first I remember. When Frank Wycheck retired, and then he, I think, was volunteer coaching at BGA. And, like, hearing that of how cool that was, like, man, this is a guy that just played for the Titans. Now he's coaching. And then the year after I graduated, Kevin Dyson was a coach at FRA. And, you know, I think Derek's helped out some at Innsworth. And then, you know, you obviously see Tim Hasselbeck, Matt Hasselbeck, Trent Dilfer, like all these former players that have now made roots here and are in coaching. And I think Blaine Bishop's coach. I mean, there are countless others.
Isn't Kerry Collins the OC at Summit?
I believe that's correct.
He is. Mettenberger at Ryan.
Yeah. Who was the kicker for the Eagles? David Akers has been a coach.
He was at Ravenwood. Yeah.
Brett Kern coaches. I mean, like there are countless others that have done that. And I just think
it's really cool, man.
I think in the moment the kid probably just looks at them as this is Coach so-and-so and doesn't take into account of how beneficial that is to them. But
you got YouTube now, man.
Yeah.
You didn't have YouTube back in the day. You didn't, you know, and so you'd meet some NFL player like, oh, that's really cool. But now, man, having them coach you and everything else is really, really, really cool.
But you know what it says? They never lose that love of football. They love football, and that's why they want to give it back. They absolutely love ball.
Right.
Taking a picture there. So I think that's cool. But he gave us some ideas as we get towards the draft of talking to different people, which I think would be good.
Well, that's the whole thing. I had to ask that question about, you know, now it's like, well, J.C. Latham, he's going to be a guard. No, he's not going to be a guard. He got him in a tackle. That's a whole different world, man.
Yeah.
And Michael explained it better than anybody else.
I heard something with Teron and Jake this morning that kind of sparked a conversation I wanted to have with you, because something that we need to keep in mind with this Robert Saleh coaching staff and scheme is the Titans are going to go away from a 3-4 base defense back to a 4-3, which is what they had under Jeff Fisher for so many years.
Right.
And coming up next, I want to do more of a deep dive into that, and you kind of explain why that's maybe a bigger deal than people are giving it credit for.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Coming up next, live from the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines, a capacity crowd on hand. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5. The Game on this Thursday, live at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Alongside Big Joe Dubin, I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier back at the studios. You just heard it in the update there. Great job by Dr. Crane. Kyle Busch on the pole for the Daytona 500 for the first time in his Hall of Fame career, looking for his first Daytona 500 win, and he will start in the Richard Childress Racing number 8 from the front.
So they qualified yesterday?
So, and I was joking with Dr. Crane because the duels are tonight.
Right.
And I said, coming up next, you're going to explain what the duels are, and he laughed at me. So they qualified last night, and it set, the only thing that set is the front row.
So who's second?
Chase Briscoe.
Okay.
He will start on the front row for the second straight year. So it's Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe. It then sets the lineup for tonight, the duels, which are 2 races that are, I think, 75 laps each that are qualifying races. Now, there are some guys that there's, I think, 45 cars for 41 spots. So somebody's going home. Some guys have locked themselves in on time that don't have a charter. The Junior Motorsports entries, and Justin Allgaier has done that. Corey Heim with 2311 and Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin have done that. But then Jimmy Johnson is going to be in as the champions. And so there's 2 more spots that are up for grabs.
Okay.
That they got to race their way in tonight at in the duels at Daytona. So this will set the lineup for the Daytona 500 3rd through 41st. So basically starting with the second row. But like Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe have to do these races, they will go to the back and ride around and stay out of trouble.
Why do they have to do the races?
I don't know. I've never understood that either.
Yeah. I mean, you already qualified. I don't think you need to go do that. Okay.
Yeah. But so they will just try and protect their starting position.
Where's my man, Derek Cope?
He is not in it this year.
That's real.
But I just saw the clip of him winning it when Earnhardt popped the tire on the backstretch
Right.
on the final lap.
So are they like Masters champions? Aren't they grandfathered in? You can play for like 20 years. Or Daytona 500 winners, can they?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean,
None of
they'd
that
have
stuff?
to qualify. Jimmy Johnson is doing something new they started last year called the Promoters Provisional, which basically guarantees him a starting spot even though he doesn't have a charter.
What's a charter?
Charter is the new thing they came up with a few years ago that basically it's like owning a franchise. Each team is a franchise. So, like, you have Hendrick Motorsports, who has 4 franchises. And that means you're guaranteed, like, revenue share. You're guaranteed a starting spot.
All right.
There's only 36 of those.
All right.
Usually there's 40 cars in a field, but they've added the 41. I think they need to go back to 43. It was always 43. I don't know why they got away from it. But so that's why you have some drivers that won't be able to make the race because the field is capped and you don't have a charter.
God, that's a lot going on, man.
Yep. So the duels tonight, you can hear those at 6 o'clock after DVD. Truck Series race tomorrow night after the season debut of Chasing Checkers. I'll do a 30-minute show leading into the truck race, 6 to 6:30, and then the trucks at 6:30. The now O'Reilly Auto Parts Series Saturday at 3:30, and then the Daytona 500 will get started around 1:30 on Sunday.
So do drivers like the duels? I know they don't do any other track. You don't qualify. By
It depends on what you need and who you ask.
All right.
I would say Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe don't like the duels tonight. But everybody else, you can improve.
Because normally you do qualifying like a Friday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you do it.
But, like, here's the thing. If you're third, if you qualified third, you're not going to like it because you could, like, if you finish 5th in your duel, your position is going to be worse.
Okay.
So it's just it's kind of a luck of the draw, but
Let me
it's
ask
one
you
of those things. It's one of those things that they have always done.
Is the spectacle, which is a Daytona 500, still as powerful and as important it was 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago?
I think it depends on who you ask. I say yes. It's a different world now, but, like, there's pageantry and all of that, and like, you have Dale Jr. now owning a team. that has for the second year in a row, is going to have a car in the 500. There's not an Earnhardt Racing in it, but there's an Earnhardt-owned car that is Dale Jr. and Kelly, his sister. So
Who drives that?
Justin Allgaier. It's the Chris Stapleton whiskey car, the number 40. Looks really cool. And he finished 9th last year.
Okay.
But that's the only race they run. But I mean, it still does well ratings wise. I mean, the hope is the weather behaves on Sunday.
Let me ask you this question. Does NASCAR need, and don't take this the wrong way, just an absolute hillbilly redneck guy? I mean, what endeared you to Dale Earnhardt?
Because he was the blue collar, hardworking.
Didn't give a rat's what you thought about it, right?
There were two things that drew me to him: the black car, and he had a mustache like my dad and my uncle, who were big race fans and got me into it. And it was like, oh, he's got a mustache just like Dad. That was. I mean, it was. I was a kid, so I'd say so. I mean, I think you have a lot of fans that have gravitated towards Chase Elliott because he still lives in Dawsonville, Georgia, which is where his family's from, and Awesome Bill from Dawsonville.
Heck yeah,
the Dawsonville pool room still rings the siren every time an Elliott wins.
Let me ask, was it because marketing became a part of this? Like, I can't market, Joe Hillbilly to the world. Does that make sense? Like you could, with a Gordon,
right?
A Jimmy Johnson.
But the thing was, and I like Jeff Gordon. Take nothing away from him. You had a pretty boy from California coming in to a blue collar sport,
right?
Who came from money and brought daddy's money. Is how people would look at it. Same with Jimmy Johnson. But that's kind of where it went, and but then you had like different types of race fans. You had the new fans that like that. Then you had the fans, of the Earnhardts and the Elliots that are like, well, Dale Jr. had to build his car, and his dad, he was Dale Earnhardt's son, but Senior made him do it the right way. So I think it brought in new fans. I'm not saying it was. I mean, the '90s, it was at its peak.
Oh yeah. Like
the Gordon Earnhardt rivalry was fantastic, and they had a lot of respect for each other. But gone are the days. I'm trying to think who the most to fit that mold really is. I mean, it's probably Chase.
I don't have a clue, right? Who was it? Was it the Daytona 500 when Sterling Marlin got out and readjusted his?
That was 2002, and Ward Burton won the race.
All right, Ward Burton, a perfect example.
Ward Burton.
You couldn't market him.
No,
right? You can't. I mean, it's just because of who he is.
You could if you're Caterpillar.
So Wall Street's not going to market that guy, right? We love him.
No, but
we love him. But
his sponsor was Caterpillar. He fit the blue collar, hardworking guy.
All right.
Sterling Marlin was fit the guy that's going to be out on his tractor drinking a Coors Light. That's what he was.
Have we gotten away from that?
In some ways, yeah. But, I mean, you look at the sponsors are different now, and companies are not like Dale Earnhardt had GM Goodwrench as his sponsor. That car never changed. It was always the black number 3.
Yeah.
Now, 1 week the 3 cars sponsored by Bass Pro Shop. Next week it's going to be sponsored by Big Joe's Shoes. The next week it's going to be Nick's Grits. The next week, Nico's Pizza. I mean, it's you don't have the same sponsor anymore because the companies don't want to spend that money.
So who was gone? I mean, Waltrip had. Did he have Gulf?
Waltrip had a few.
In Western Auto,
the Tide Ride.
That's
and then Mountain Dew. It was Mountain Dew for a while. And then he left Junior Johnson because it was Budweiser, and he didn't want beer as a sponsor. I think he had Gatorade at one time. But, yeah, Western Auto is when he owned his own team.
Dale Jr. throughout. He had Budweiser.
He had Budweiser, and then he went to Hendrick, and it was Mountain Dew and the National Guard and the Nationwide.
Okay, who's never left? Who's still 40 years, 50 years strong? Is Valvoline around?
Yeah, but they left for a minute, kind of came back. But they're not every week. Shell's been around a while.
GM still gone. Goodrich, is that gone?
No, it's gone.
Gosh.
No. Bass Pro's been around for a long time.
Lowe's?
They're gone. Home Depot's gone.
Are they?
Yep.
I saw some stat where Jimmy Johnson, Lowe's, right?
Yep.
Like he brought in marketing like $56 million a year just in marketing. You can't buy that.
Right.
Because the number of the time his car was mentioned during a race.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Well,
who's the
like
biggest-
I look at I'll use our friends at Hunt Brothers Pizza that, they're involved with Joey Logano. His in-car camera has their logo.
Nice.
How many times is that logo on the TV screen per race?
Yeah.
It's a ton. I mean, it's guerrilla marketing. So, there's definitely, it's changed, but there's definitely there's a reason that these companies still sponsor.
Coca-Cola got a car?
They not every week, but they rotate. And they're one of the premier sponsors of NASCAR.
Okay. Who's the biggest sponsor?
Of like NASCAR?
Well, like who is
Of a car?
Yeah.
Ally sponsors Alex Bowman in every race.
Okay.
They're like the only one left that does every race.
Like who does Bubba Wallace?
He's got a few. It was McDonald's, but now I think it's Hardee's.
Hardee's. Okay.
Hardee's is on with him. Columbia, the Jackets. But like I said, he's got several. Monster Energy's a big one.
Who's got just
Xfinity.
one? What the big? You said Ally's got one.
That's it.
That's the only one.
Yeah. Everybody else, it rotates every week.
What? I had no idea that was
Yep.
going on.
Yep.
Is
It
the
has
Daytona
changed.
500 sponsored?
No. Well, yeah, I think maybe, but it's always the Daytona 500 presented by somebody.
It's crazy, man. I would have thought these guys would have been like Western. I vividly remember Western Auto.
The
Who
17.
sponsored like Bobby Allison, Davey Allison? Who are those?
Davey Allison was Texaco Haviland.
All right.
Bobby Allison for a long time was Miller.
And so they're out of the game?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I had no idea.
I think Busch Light's really the only beer that's in it now. But remember, Rusty Wallace was always the Blue Deuce, the Miller Lite car.
Is that number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then before that, the Miller Genuine Draft, the black and yellow car.
So let me ask you this. Is NASCAR in a good place?
I think it's in a much better place now than it was a year ago.
Why?
The lawsuit's over.
What was the lawsuit about?
The lawsuit was basically Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan and then Front Row Motorsports sued NASCAR for being a monopoly and trying to control everything. And they ended up settling out of court where NASCAR, as the sanctioning body, is going to operate closer to that of the NFL, the NBA, and that the teams, the owners and the teams and the drivers will have more of a say in how things go. I wouldn't be shocked. They tried it in the 80s and it failed to start a drivers union. I wouldn't be completely shocked if that didn't come up again. But they're basically giving everybody more of a piece of the pie and more of decision-making ability.
Okay. All right.
So
I can see that.
So that's kind of where it's
Has
been.
F1 helped or hurt NASCAR? Because people love F1.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's two very different forms of racing. I don't know. It's a good question. Probably hurt them a little bit, but that's the thing with NASCAR is you're getting like Shane Van Gisbergen won 5 races last year, all on road courses. He was a
Australia?
Yeah, he's New Zealand.
New Zealand.
He was a rallycross guy and or not rally, sport car and different divisions in New Zealand and Australia. But that's why he was so good on road courses. You've had Elio Castroneves now try it. Dario Franchitti, remember a few years ago, tried it. So there's they're trying to get more of a crossover, but again, two very different forms of racing.
All right, so F1 did that Netflix series, right? Dr. Crane, you've talked about that quite a bit, right? You watched
NASCAR
that.
did one too.
NASCAR has one?
Yep.
Okay, I did not know this.
Yep. It's,
That's really good as well.
Yeah, it's like it's during the playoffs. They've done it 2 years in a row.
Okay, I need to check
Pretty
that
cool.
out. 'Cause I think the F1 people fall in love with F1 because of that. So
Yeah, tonight too. If you watch the duels at Daytona, they're on FS1. After that coverage, they're going to debut 25 years, a special called "We've Lost Dale Earnhardt" because it's been 25 years since
yes,
his passing, and Mike Helton, walked up to the podium at Daytona and said, "This is undoubtedly the hardest announcement that I'll ever have to make."
Yeah.
But at the conclusion, the Daytona 500, we've lost Dale Earnhardt, and so it's going back through like everybody's perspective.
it's something. I remember that I had to go the next week to Rockingham,
Yep,
and Dell Jr. wrecked on the third lap. I think it was
first lap.
first lap, and everybody was
And Daryl Waltrip about broke out in tears because he said that young man's been through enough.
Yep.
He was ready to leave the booth to go hug him.
We could talk about this next segment. Has there ever been a death that's affected a sport the way
Oh man,
Dale Seniors has?
that's a really good question.
We'll ask it next.
We'll do that next live from the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe 102.5 The Game, live at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. As we typically do, we get into an organic conversation and have gone off the game plan, which is fine. But you just asked a great question. Has a death in a sport had as big of an impact as that of Dale Earnhardt's from 25 years ago? Few people have texted, Kobe Bryant. Obviously, the impact felt there was huge, but he had retired, wasn't playing anymore. I think it helped with some of the things he stood for, getting that message out. Dale's death changed the sport to the point of they realize we're not invincible. And unfortunately, it took that, and there had been some, the Hans device, for those of you that don't know, the head and neck restraint device that basically sits on the shoulder of the driver, connects to the helmet, and it keeps your neck from moving around on impact. It was not required, had been invented after the deaths of Kenny Irwin and Adam Petty. But it was like it almost took the biggest star in your sport dying because, for lack of a better words, his neck snapped from hitting the wall to make everybody go, okay, we got to do something. These cars aren't safe enough.
Yeah.
And so you had the advent of everybody hated it, but it was a necessary step in the car of tomorrow to make these cars what they are today. And knock on wood, and God willing, this doesn't change. Driver hadn't died in NASCAR in a race in 25 years because of that. They've been hurt, but no one's lost their life. And so I think, that is, and I'm sure that's going to be talked about in the documentary tonight, that's a big part of his legacy, that it was like it woke everybody up. And you would think Adam Petty, Kenny Irwin, and they all had an impact for sure. But it was because that happened in 2000. There was another one too, and I'm blanking on who it was. But
he died in the biggest moment in that sport in a critical moment of a race. I mean, it's not like he died lap 7.
And he died making
Talladega.
sure that one of his best friends or his son won the race, doing very non-Dale Earnhardt type things. If Dale Earnhardt had run that race like Dale Earnhardt, he'd probably still be here. That's the ironic part of all of it is, but he, and Michael Waltrip, Dale Jr., they've all talked about it. If Dale Sr. said, here's what we're going to do. The three of us are going to run together, and one of us is going to win this race. And by the end of it, you had Mikey leading, then Junior, then Senior. And Senior went into defense mode, and ultimately that's what happened.
So I think he's number one. God, this is where you don't want to be number one. But the fact you made a good point, how it changed the sport safety-wise.
Yeah.
Like if something, like Kobe passed away, hell, like a terrible. Others that have passed away, but not doing – like I got to vote here for Hank Gathers when he died of a heart attack on the court for Loyola Marymount during the game.
Yeah.
That was rough. It impacted the game in that moment, but it didn't make the sport look at itself like, all right, we got to change some things. And that's what I think Dale Sr.'s death did.
I'll throw another one at you and let me kind of explain it. But I think Junior Seau, his death had a big impact on football because even though he was retired, he killed himself. And it was the impact of CTE and concussions. And I know, again, like people had started learning more and looking at it and stuff. But that, I think, was kind of the wake-up call, too, of, oh, wow, these are having long-lasting effects. And then others came forward of, how they were with that. So, I mean, I kind of put that one, maybe in this category, too. But as 9445 points out, Dale's death impacted all of motorsports, not just NASCAR. I mean, you had you had Indy. They were wearing the head and neck restraint devices. IndyCar added the aero hood on the cars, which basically, because used to it was just you were exposed. So if the car flipped over, that wasn't good. Now they have the aero shield on the Indy cars and F1 cars and stuff.
Well, here's one. I forgot about this. Mike Coolbaugh was the AA coach for Tulsa. Remember when the foul ball hit him?
Yeah.
And he died, was struck in the neck with a line drive. The impact destroyed his left artery in his neck. He had a severe brain hemorrhage. I think Major League Baseball quickly passed, ruling that base coaches would begin wearing batting helmets.
Yep.
I mean, I forgot all about
look, and baseball putting the nets up down the baselines.
Oh, yeah.
People complained about that so much when they did it. But I've been to games and I'm like, I'm glad this thing's here. Because I'll never forget, my dad and I were in Cincinnati watching the Reds and the Marlins. And we were sitting 3 rows from the field right at the third base bag. And I had been leaned forward watching the game and had just leaned back, and Hanley Ramirez foul-tipped one that whizzed by my nose, and had I still been leaning forward, I'd be dead.
Ooh.
So it's like, I'm glad they put those nets up. We've gotten a couple of texts on Lane Frost, who is a bull rider. 8970 says that's why they wear the vest now since Lane's accident.
He wasn't just he was the
right. So I'd put that up there for sure.
Yeah. 8 seconds, man.
Yeah, man. It just 8-7 or Stephen from Clarksville says he didn't die, but Joe Theismann breaking his
leg.
His leg was impactful.
Yeah, I mean it was, but I mean you're talking about a death. I think Sean Henry called in one time and talked about Yankees catcher Thurman Munson during an off day for the Yankees. He's in his plane in the prime of his career, and he dies in a plane crash. I mean, you take an iconic figure on the most iconic sports team on a day off. Thurman Munson was one that
Davey Allison. I mean, we got to vote on Davey Allison of just how when Davey Allison being the phenom and I mean, I've said this before. If Davey Allison doesn't die, Jeff Gordon doesn't have the resume that he had. And Dale Earnhardt's probably not a 7-time champion.
And look where Davey Allison died.
Talladega. Yep.
I mean, piling in a helicopter in the infield, and he dies during that. So, what's another death that Neil Bonnet?
Yeah, that was he was practicing for the 94 Daytona 500. He had retired because he got hurt. Got out of the car. He was doing TV. Had the itch, and he and Earnhardt were really tight. And he ran a couple of races for Dale in the Busch Series, and then it was on a partial schedule in the Country Time Lemonade car, and got killed in a practice crash for the 500.
Where it was in Daytona?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
David in Arkansas says, I think about Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon's crashes and think, wow, the safety of the cars and requirements since Dale's death, those two drivers may not be here either. I can tell you right now, Ryan Newman wouldn't be, because that was bad.
That was awful.
And 3 days later, that picture of him walking out of the hospital holding his daughter's hands. I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong, I think his return practice to racing was at the National Super Speedway. He practiced that was like the first time he got behind a car.
Yeah, you may be right.
Because we had to go out there and cover that. Kenny Irwin Jr.
Yeah, that's who died in 2000 with Adam Petty
in New Hampshire.
Yep, 2 months apart.
Oof.
Yeah,
they still do the New Hampshire race.
They do.
Is it any good?
Not really. But I mean, it was. That was such a weird thing because it's a mile racetrack, has long straightaways, So you could build a ton of speed down the straightaways, and then you have to go hard into the brakes to go into the corners. And, it was tough on the cars. And, yeah, because, I think Joe Nemechek's brother, John, died, I think it was New Hampshire, in a truck race.
Ugh.
I mean, it just – so they
Right.
couldn't figure it out. Now they run it more like a short track, which is what they need to do. 615-737-1025. We'll continue this. Coming up next, Chasing. Oh, here's a good one that I'll read next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game on this Thursday. Big Joe will be at the Gaylord Opryland Convention Center tomorrow from 3 to 5 for the National Wild Turkey Federation Sports Show. Get your tickets now and check out the latest gear from the hottest outdoor brands, as more than 500 exhibitors will be on site. Just visit nwtf.org.
Also, we're on the move again, Chaser.
We are on the move again.
Next Tuesday, the Chase Big Joe show is on the move. We're going to be at the Putting Zone, 3040 Sitco Drive, noon to 3. Putting Zone is creating the next great recreational sport, competitive putting. Ed's taking off. That's not mini golf. It's the world's first 18-hole golf course, miniature golf course, indoor putting course. And once you sit and play it, you'll want to go back and back. 18-hole, par 72, professional indoor putting course. Every hole's got dog legs, zones, and strategy. You will become a better putter. Also, we'll be giving away tickets to National Predators games and a whole lot more. This Tuesday, noon to 3 at the Putting Zone, 3040 Cisco Drive. For more information, go to theputtingzone.com.
We'll look forward to being there. Pretty cool spot. So that will be a lot of fun talking about just, deaths in sports that changed the sport, that had a big impact. greatly appreciate that because they yell at us
They do yell
when
at
that
us.
doesn't happen. And Joe cries, and actually Joe wants to fight. I cry. I get scared.
I think that's very cool. Trotz is doing that
Yeah, no, I think it'll be cool.
next week. I'd like
Yeah.
to see more GMs do that.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about him. You remember doing coffee with the coach when he was the coach here.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was great.
he was very transparent, which was definitely a lot
Does
of
that
fun.
mean he's invisible or indivisible? One of those, right?
No. We'll have more coming here from Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, including Joe's great analysis. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, where we are every Thursday. It's 1-1 between the U.S. and Latvia in the first game for the Americans.
You're invested in this game, bud.
I love this. So I just saw this on X, and I don't know how old this is, or I mean, I assume this is true, but it would appear that some people broke into the old WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. That is, they moved out of there. It's just nothing's in there right now. I think the building was sold to be converted into apartments. And these guys broke into it and filmed them like walking through it in Vince McMahon's old office. And I mean, there's still like WWE stuff hanging up. And I'm like, why would you post that?
Because they're so stupid.
I mean, look, they're walking through the. I mean, have you ever gone into like an old stadium or old? Yeah.
I mean, I didn't break in. I mean, the door. Look, if the door's open, I'm walking in.
Right. There was a gate open at the Rockingham Speedway, and so my buddy and I walked through there.
Yeah.
One time, like 10 years ago.
Who's the guy that goes around the country for college football stadium and goes in?
Oh, yeah.
And he gets in like 99% of those stadiums.
Yeah.
Walks in.
He went to MTSU and Vanderbilt, I think.
That's right.
And he goes in and kicks a field goal.
Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Something like that, which is cool. I mean, but I would not tape, anything like that. Like I got a friend of mine who's an officer and he's in the pawn shop world, and he goes, I go to your Facebook page.
Yeah.
And about 80% of the time they put on Facebook what they got because people are that stupid. I love it, man. They're that stupid.
That's why we don't need social media for everything.
That's right.
Is our audio fixed? Are people happy?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you. I knew you'd fix it.
So Dayton, what time are the duels tonight? They're tonight?
They are. You can hear coverage at 6 o'clock right after DVD.
I like that.
I think they actually start at like 5:30, but we'll go in after.
Do you like night race? You wish it was a night race?
Love night racing. Love it. I think the Daytona 500, like if they were ever going to change it, you do it in prime time. You find
Friday night.
Friday night's bad for television. I'd say Sunday night. You could run it Sunday night in prime time, and the ratings would kill it. I mean, they did a Monday night one time. I thought it was great because of the rain. But I think prime time, if you could get some of these races to do prime time races, it'd be good for the sport.
You talked about midweek races. So
Yep.
say you're in Atlanta on a Saturday and your next race is in Charlotte the next Saturday. What do you race on Wednesday? Do you have time to get your car there?
Yeah.
I mean, where would you go? Like some small track?
You could find, like, for instance, they're going back to North Wilkesboro. You could run Wilkesboro on like a Wednesday or Thursday night and then be at the big track at Charlotte for the weekend.
That's a lot. Logistic wise, that's a lot.
It's not a ton though, because the drivers will go home. Like Wilkesboro is right next to Charlotte.
Okay.
So I mean, you could logistically make it work.
But you would have to be like if you're racing
That's why they did
Texas and Arizona.
You couldn't do that.
Okay.
But that's why during COVID they would do like Darlington, Bristol, Charlotte, because they were all so close together. And they could run Darlington on a Wednesday night and then be back on Sunday.
It's not looking too good for the United States.
I thought they just scored.
I think Latvia just scored too. If they put the scoreboard up
Well,
there.
it was 1-1. Yeah,
NBC.
if we could get the score bug, that would be great.
Those are some really ugly uniforms by Latvia.
They kind of look like Alabama, like the Crimson.
I didn't say that. Chase McCabe at
I didn't say they're ugly,
together
but the
somewhere
color
like-
is like Crimson. Alabama.
Why they're not putting the score? Look, this is a product of us now because we're so used to seeing the score.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something they're not putting
Well,
the score up.
I think they're looking at something, I guess.
They're looking
There's
at
a
not putting the
cameraman out on
score
the
up.
ice.
Had the ice crew out there.
Okay.
You still put the score up, right?
You would think.
Just a button. You put the graphic up, and it shows up. Chaser,
The Cryon.
what is the what is it?
Cryon? Is that what it was?
Chiron.
Chiron.
Cryon is what Nick Frazier does. Hey, Nick,
Hey,
what do the 5 circle rings mean for the Olympics?
now why would you ask me that question, Joe?
It is 1-1.
Is it 1-1?
9:36 to go in the first period.
Is it not for 5 of the 7 continents? Isn't that it?
I'd assume so. I have to go
I have
look
no
that
idea.
up. Yeah, I don't know,
I don't
Joe. That's a
remember
good
what they
question, buddy.
I thought it was. Thought I heard that on Jeopardy one time.
The 5 interlocking Olympic rings, blue, yellow, black, green, and red on a white background, represent the union of the 5 inhabited continents: Africa, the Americas, Asia, Europe, and Oceania, and the meeting of athletes from around the world at the Olympic Games. It was designed in 1913 by Joe's favorite, Pierre de Coubertin.
That guy, I had a bunch of Modelo with him one time. Can you name the 7 continents? I don't think I can.
North America, South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica.
Is Australia a continent?
Yeah, it's its own. Yeah,
I don't
it's its
remember.
own continent. Yes,
Okay.
thank you. And then Europe and Asia.
So what are the 2 uninhabited continents? Isn't that the
Antarctica.
in the South?
Well, I think they're combining the Americas
Okay.
because North and South America are considered 2 different continents.
For the rings, yes.
Yeah, I paid attention in school sometimes.
Glad you did. I didn't.
I said sometimes.
I got my knowledge off of Jeopardy. See, that's the thing, folks. You learn something on this show every day, whether it's good or bad. But you learn something every day.
North America, South America, Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia, Antarctica.
Antarctica. Okay.
Yeah.
You ever played the game Risk growing up?
Yeah,
We should play more of that. It's a great game.
it is a good.
I learned where Madagascar is because of Risk,
Okay.
and I would go after you immediately. I load up on the Western Front, and we go after you. Did you ever play Stratego?
I don't know about that one.
Oh, it's a great game. It's a great game. I'd always put the
Play
flag.
Go Fish.
I'd put Stratego. I'd put the flag on the second row, and I'd win almost all the time because people would immediately go after the back row.
There you go. USA's made it 2-1
All right.
on Elvis Merzlikins, the Columbus Blue Jackets goaltender.
Is that him?
So 8:25 to go, first period. 2-1 USA.
Now, Latvia beats America. Is that a massive upset?
Yes,
Okay.
it would be.
All right.
Matthew in Nashville made sure to tell us. JT Miller. No, thank you.
JT Miller. That guy, man.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line driven by Wilson County Honda. I'm sorry that you didn't get to break down the 4-3 defense for us today, but we got into other things.
Not a fan of it. I like 3-4 because I like the nose guard who beats the center up the entire game. And then I like you got athletic guys on the outside. 4-3, your 2 ends got to go. I mean, they got to get to the – that's why the 4-3 works so good with Hainsworth, Vanden Bosch, Tony Brown, and Javon Curse. You had those guys sitting from the outside, pressure up front, and work. You got to have the players. I'm not sure the Tennessee Titans have the players right now for a 4-3 defense.
Who would be the Mike linebacker?
I don't even know.
Cedric Gray?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, you have to be a tackling machine.
Yeah, to
He's
play the
pretty
Mike.
good. But if you get Reuben Bain and you get another defensive end off free agency, send those guys, have Simmons and Sweat in the middle, that's a great 4-3.
So
but
do
you got to have good linebackers.
So do they call it in the 4-3? Is it the Mike, the Will, and the Sam?
Yeah. Yep. Like example, the Bears.
Yeah.
Singletary, Otis Wilson, Wilbur Marshall. That might be the greatest 4-3 defense ever because those linebackers all move downhill. Remember, the job of the defensive linemen, occupy blockers and get pressure if you can. The Bears did that so well. That's why we always default to the 85 Bears because that's at the top with pressure, power, speed, and intelligence, which made that defense so good.
Agreed.
You know, what's funny is that we talked to Fisher about that. Jeff Fisher, who was the defensive assistant on the 85 team, he said that the defenses he had with the Eagles, remember?
Yep.
He goes, we're better than the Bears.
Oh, he had Reggie. I mean,
Jerome Brown. Clyde. God, I can't think of his name now. He was the coach at TSU.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Clyde Joyner? Seth Joyner.
Was, and I guess Herm was gone, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, they had good players.
Let's do a Teams meeting later on, and we'll talk about the Zoom. Nick, you good with that?
Absolutely.
Are you in the bathroom? What's going on over there, man?
No, he's reviewing this goal because
Yeah.
Latvia's challenged again.
Oh, I'd challenge all night long, man. Keep challenging.
Hey, we challenge every day. That's what we try to do, right?
We do.
Justin in Greenbrier says, my favorite thing to do is capture Australia and try to expand from there on Risk.
It's a good one. Yeah, I'm all in. If we ever play Risk, buddy, Dustin, I'm all in, man. I'm usually out
No
of the
goal.
game in the first 10 minutes.
So the U.S. has had 2 goals disallowed on challenges. So the score remains 1-1 in the first period, and Mike Sullivan not happy about that.
Well, do better.
I agree. We'll keep you updated on this, but coming up next, it's time for What Day Is It? And Celebrity Birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday.
Hey,
at
we
Bar
are
Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
sorry.
Yeah,
We're
you
on the
can-
road next week. We're going to the Putting Zone. If you've not been to the Putting Zone, my friends, you need to go check it out. It's fantastic. 3040 Sitco Drive from noon to 3. The Putting Zone is creating the next great recreational sport, competitive putting. It's taken off. We all partook in it, and Dr. Crane, I think, won. It is not mini golf. It's the world's first 18-hole par 72 professional indoor putting course. And once you see him play it, you want to go back and back. Every hole has dog legs, zones, and strategy. You will become, Chase McCabe, a better putter. Plus, we're going to be giving away Preds tickets that day and a whole lot more this Tuesday from noon to 3 at the Putting Zone, 3040 Sitco Drive. For more information, go to puttingzone.com.
1-1 in the first period between the U.S. and Latvia. The Americans about to go on the power play for the first time. They've had 2 goals disallowed on challenges by Latvia, one for an offsides and one for goaltender interference. I say it that way because that was questionable, but nonetheless, it is
Hey, man.
1-1.
You can say crush all day long. They ruled it was interference.
Well, they ruled wrong,
So
in my
get
opinion.
mad about this, man. Those refs never make mistakes.
Yeah, never.
So what? It should be 4-1 or 5-1.
I mean, it should be at least 3-1, but
Right.
you know.
But look, can
I think they were right on the offsides.
you, can you
but
challenge every goal? I would, just to piss you
I don't
off.
know. So Matthew was asking that. I don't know how many challenges they have.
I would if I could irritate you somehow, like
Well,
I do daily.
I'd say you do that just by talking.
I'll triple down every time that I can. But I'd challenge everything. Why not? Right?
Well, you can't challenge this, and that is what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list we have. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. First thing on the list we have is Fat Thursday, celebrated in the Catholic religion. It's before Fat Tuesday. So yeah,
Well, I know the purpose of Fat too. What's the purpose of Fat Thursday?
it's actually more celebrated from the Polish culture of the Catholicism. So it's just another reason
To be fat?
yeah, essentially so.
Okay. All right.
Next on the list we have is Lincoln's birthday is today. So shout out America. National Freedom to Marry Day. Okay. National Lost Penny Day. Safety Pup Day is today. I believe those are like the firefighter Dalmatian puppies, if I'm not mistaken. Paul Bunyan Day is today.
Paul Bunyan.
Oglethorpe Day. What else? There's a lot here today. National Hug
Dr.
Day.
Dr. Crane, what was Paul Bunyan's ox name?
Ox.
Did he have an ox hung out with him?
Yeah, I believe so. That I'll have to look up, Joe. Again, you're just full of questions, Dan. I love it. I'm proud
I
of
like
you.
it. His
Let's
ox's
see.
name was David James.
Oh, okay. Giving Hearts Day is today, along with Hug Day, International Darwin Day, and to wrap it up, National Plum Pudding Day.
Oh, very nice.
Sounds good.
Our listeners are smart. Unlimited challenges, but a delay of game penalty if you're wrong, just like the NHL.
Unlimited?
I
Every goal.
Yes.
Every goal I'm challenging. It's worked so far.
Yeah. They're 2 for 2.
They're 2 for 2, pal. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2 years.
Did you forget your rule?
No, I got it, man. It's called pregnant pause. All right, Chase, you go first.
Congratulations.
How old is former San Francisco tight end, Super Bowl winner Brent Jones?
72.
74.
63. How old, Dr. Crane, is former Raiders defensive tackle? Speaking of Lincoln Kennedy.
67.
68.
55. Chaser, how old is former Titans quarterback Matt Mock?
Paul Bunyan's ox's name is Blue, according to our list.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you.
That's all right.
Matt Mock from LSU is 42.
48.
47. Dr. Crane knows his backup quarterbacks. Dr. Crane, how old is Brad Keselowski?
That's a race car driver, isn't it?
No, he's a pizza delivery in Lebanon. But this Brad Keselowski.
Well, why didn't you say NASCAR champion Brad Keselowski, friend of the show?
I'd rather say this.
Okay.
Please hit him, Chase.
I will. Don't worry.
I'm going to go 42.
BK is, that's a good guess, 44.
42 exactly, Dr. Crane. Chase McCabe, how old is RG3?
38.
39.
36. Chasers on the board, 3-1. Dr. Crane, how old is Arsenio Hall?
I'm going to go with 58.
64.
70.
Is he
Chaser,
really?
how old is Josh Brolin?
67.
64.
58. Dr. Crane, how old is actress Christina Ricci?
41.
40.
46. Chase, you get all of her books. How old is author Judy Bloom? And by the way, she lives in Key West.
71.
70.
88. All right, lightning round. Dr. Crane, how old's country singer Mo Bandy?
70.
74.
82. Chaser, actress Maude Adams. She was in Octopussy, the James Bond movie.
It's a good one.
It's the name of a movie.
I know. Her name is Maud, so I'm going to say 83.
81.
81 exactly.
Son of a gun.
5-1. Dr. Crane, how old is Steve Hackett, the lead guitar player for Genesis?
I'm going to go 6. I need some like Scotch tape.
answer.
62.
74.
76. Chase on the at 5-2 now. Chaser, how old is actor Michael Ironside? One of the greatest actors of all time. Was in Top Gun, was in Starship Troopers, was in Total Recall.
63.
62.
76. Dr. Crane, how old's Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers?
70.
Lives in Leaper's Fork, I believe. He is 74.
74 exactly. It's now 5-4. Chaser, how old is China Phillips of Wilson Phillips?
60.
62.
58. We're tied at 5. What was that little fist pump, right?
Because I almost said 58.
No, you got it, but you're tied. Our last one. And Dr. Crane, you get to go first on this. Our last birthday. We're tied at 5. Rapper Gucci Mane. What's up, man? Rapper Gucci Mane.
Late 30s, early 40s. I'm going to go 41.
47.
At the buzzer, Chase McCabe, 46 years old. You're down 5-1, man.
I needed that.
Unanswered. Give it up for Chase McCabe. Yeah. Packed house, everybody.
That is going to do it for us today. DVD coming your way next.
Oh, my goodness. Look, as we leave every show, we talk about men and mental health. Listen, we say all the time, look what all you've been through, and you're still here. I mean, you are amazingly, fearfully, wonderfully made. We love you. And look, I know sometimes you go through some rough spots in your life, but please reach out, go to therapy, talk to people. We're always here to talk to you. We're always here for you. Our world is a better place because you are here. Know how much we love you, and more importantly, more than anything else in the world, more than anything's anybody will ever tell you, please know how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. It's 1-1 after one between the U.S. and Latvia. DVD will keep you updated. They are next on 102.5 The Game.